Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to a fairly quiet weather pattern on the way the next 7 days, next 10 days, maybe the next 2 weeks. And that's why my little headline said, winter's going to go on pause. Not canceled, not turn around to a warm fall pattern, but winter's going to go on pause. And this is very typical of an El Nino pattern. That's what happens. Everybody says, well, El Nino's forming. How come it hasn't been so warm? El Nino typically starts to exert its influences on the Great Lakes as we get toward Christmas, as we get toward late December and into January. Hey, good morning, Brian. Also my friend there. And so where I'm going with this is, as the average temperature is going down every couple of days now, anywhere in Michigan, what happens in an El Nino pattern is we'd expect it to get colder and colder over the next couple of weeks, and the temperatures just kind of flatline. And by that time, we say, hey, this is pretty mild for this time of the year. So let's get to it, and we'll get into the day-to-day weather, and then we'll also get into the extended, where I'll show you a little bit of the winter pause. Again, not a canceling of winter, but a little bit of a pause. Okay, so here's your current radar. We've had some snow showers. Northern lower, Traverse City picking up about an inch overnight. Here's the more concentrated area moving toward the east. Hey, Anthony McGurr, good morning to you, and good morning, Kara Miller also. And Dale and Jill Keenan in Farmington Hills. Here's the radar forecast. Nothing really put together. This is 9 o'clock this morning, some snow showers in the thumb, kind of quiet in northern lower, and then we'll watch this area down here through southern lower, where 10 o'clock, Ann Arbor, south side of Detroit, Monroe, and the border counties could get a little bit better put together couple of hour period of snow, and that would be an ½ inch or inch or so. Hey, Liz, Grand Rapids wanting no more snow. I'm not going to say you're going to get no more snow, but I'm going to say you're going to get less snow than you'd expect for the next couple of weeks as we're starting to get into our snowy period. This is this evening. So things going fairly quiet today. Not a whole lot of warmth, not a whole lot of warm up. Still on the gloomy side. We'll go through the temperatures through the day. Watching from San Antonio, Florida? Really? Okay, there's a San Antonio, Florida. Temperatures through the day pretty much stuck. Upper 20s, northern lower, low 30s, southern lower. Okay, and the UP temperatures in the mid-20s. So today really is a gloomy, cold, wintry day, and it's going to take some time. If you're intrigued by that winter put on hold, it is going to take some time for that to happen. We're talking by this weekend we could get some sunshine. You remember that thing? Sunshine? And then by next week we could get into a southwesterly wind. And so when I'm talking winter on pause, I'm not talking 50s. I'm talking as our normal high is going down to the low to mid 30s in the next week or two, we're going to steady out 35 to 40 in southern lower for afternoon high temperatures. Okay, so not just a harsh blasting into winter. So here we go with the computer model. This is the US model, and I'm into Thursday morning for you now. Here's a cold front. Okay, so that's why a warm-up will be stubborn. Yeah, I know, we miss sunshine too, Corey. High pressure here, and this is the flow around it from north to south, so that will be a chilly blast into Friday. And then everything is showing me that this storm system will stay in the south. That's another El Nino pattern to watch. Storm system staying to the south, storm system staying in the north, and we get kind of in what I call the winter doldrum, where nothing really happens a whole lot. Hey, good morning, Jeremy Pelega. Hopefully that's how you say it. And my buddy Colleen McClellan from WTCM in Traverse City, Michigan. Okay, so we are into the weekend, and look at this sprawling high pressure That could be some sunshine, which still can have a little power. And then we get into early next week. You see any major storm systems? No. In fact, by Wednesday, both the European and the U.S. Caddy. No, this is why I caution me talking about pause. Katie, Kathleen, no, it's not going to be Santa weather. It's going to be on pause, mid-30s to about 40, and not as much snow as we expect, to very little snow. Both the European and the GFS, the American model, put a high pressure down here, and that would get us into a southwesterly flow early next week, a couple of days, and that's where we may go to 40, maybe 45, and here comes a cold front with rain ahead of it. And now we're getting out to the middle of December, December 16th, and we'll go right to the end of it. We're at December 19th. Here's a cold blast coming down, but again, it's just kind of a quiet weather pattern. So let's look at the 6 to 10 day forecast right here. Bear with me. And it's still colder than normal, but you can see how we're kind of working it off. Cassandra Zatz, what's your snowfall prediction for this winter? I think it's going to be, I think it's not going to be bizarre, either less than normal or more than normal. I think it's going to be pretty close to normal, with 2 breaks in winter, significant breaks, one probably coming right now, second half of December, maybe the first half of January, then harsh winter weather, another break in the forecast too. So, break in winter, if you like that. A lot of folks don't like that. So here's the 8 to 14 day forecast. That's valid for December 10th to the 16th. Warmer than normal conditions start to move in. And I'll show you the 3 to 4 week forecast. This was just made on November 30th. Encompasses December 15th to 29th. And the Climate Prediction Center thinks that there's about a 60% chance of above normal conditions in Michigan and much of the Midwest, and it thinks that there's a dry pocket up here, a wet pocket down the southeast. That's a classic El Nino type pattern also. So if you're not a winter fan, you probably have some good news over the next 2 weeks. If you're a winter fan, like me, you probably don't have a whole lot of good news in the next couple of weeks. We'll call it winter going on pause, but it's going to be a while. I want to emphasize that this week is a cold week. Anthony McGurry, is El Nino strengthening? Yes, actually, I want to show you one more thing while people are still on here. Hey, thank you for hanging on with me. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday, and when there's severe weather. One thing someone's asking, is El Nino surging? Hold on, let me get back to the graphic that I wanted to show you. I think the best one is right here. Okay, let me explain this to you a little bit. Here's South America, here's Mexico, here's Australia. This is kind of a blocky region that they call the Niño regions. And Niño region 3.4, kind of the most watched because it's the biggest Niño region. Here's Niño region 3.4, and temperatures below normal at the surface last year now have come above normal. And look at what's happened in the last week or two. The temperatures have surged. So someone asks, is El Nino strengthening? Yes, El Nino is strengthening. I want to go to one more graphic here for you and show you something else. Hey, value added. You're not going to get this anywhere, folks, in weather. Okay, now I got to explain this to you. This is the upper ocean heat content anomaly. Okay, I know a lot of folks hate the winter doldrums where it's just nothing going on. Okay, so here is the surface of the ocean. Here is 300 meters down, let's call it 1,000 feet. Here is South America. Here is Australia. Watch what has happened. 4 weeks ago, the big blob of heat was down here in the ocean. Then it started working its way up. and working its way up and to the east side of the Pacific. And now it sits here coming up. So that means that the El Nino is still in the strengthening phase. And when that pattern totally takes over, it's hard to say, but usually it's late December into early in January. So there you have it. Today, be careful. There are some slick spots around Michigan. It's not a perfect day for travel, but it's not a terrible day. You could find some 10, 20-mile stretches where you're going to have to slow down some. Quiet weather for the week. No major snowstorm, no major rainstorm on tap. Quiet weather into the weekend. And next week, we might start to see some warmer temperatures, 35 to 45 for high temperatures for several days. As we should be traditionally going colder because we're losing the power of the sun. There's your morning update. I'll keep you updated this morning. Today I'm going to be working on a post about those two things, winter going on pause. You just got the scoop on that, and that the El Nino is strengthening. If you have any other weather questions, put them on the Facebook page, the MLive Facebook page, and I'll try to look into if that's a valid post that we need to know more about, and I'll try to get to it then. All right, this is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. You have yourselves a great Monday.